tapes.
Okay, so I have this closet that is in my office, and I love having this because it's just like a little bit of an extra storage space that I can use for just various different things that I don't want to be laying out in the office, or my other closet is pretty full of shoes. So here's my extra shoes, and so I try to keep those organized, and then we have just some extra cartridges for the printers, and the external hard drives for the computer and from some of my recordings. And I've got some things up there from the kids. And then I had gotten these towels a while back. They were on sale, and I put them in there so that when it comes time to replace all my towels, which is going to be very soon, I found those and they were on sale. So I'm just kind of storing them in here. And then there's all the tax boxes with receipts. And again, my other external hard drives. So I just took a whole bunch of CDs that I had laying on the top of this cabinet here. And I got sick of them being up there because they just really gathered dust. And I kept them because they were the first runs of my CDs when we first got them. And I always wanted to keep some for nostalgia's sake. If the kids want them, or whomever, there'll be some of the first runs for sure. So I'm going to take those and actually put them on that shelf up there, so they will be out of the dusty way, and I can keep that up there dust free. And then we've got some different like paper things here, some CDs, which I rarely ever use anymore. I don't really know that many people that burn CDs, but these are a lot of the old CDs that I used for karaoke. Oh boy, this thing is really old too. I think this cassette thing is about 30 years old, but I've got a lot of the tapes in there from my radio interviews and so forth, that again, just keeping for nostalgia's sake. And yeah, I just don't really want to let those go yet. So that's there. I've got some books that I use for referencing when I write my shows. Those are the shows and the folders for when we do the Tribute to Patsy Cline show and the Women in Country show. It's the whole script for lighting and sound and all that for those people to be able to follow along and do all the production. So that makes that nice and easy. And then I've got some different envelopes and folders down there for sending out posters and whatnot. First thing I'm going to do is straighten those boots down there. I don't know what happened. I think a little mouse got in there. But I like to keep a copy of the programs at all of the places that we perform our tribute shows, flyers, things like that, advertisements. Goodness, what is in here? This is from when we, there we go, performed in Columbus, I guess it was Marysville, and did our tribute to Patsy Cline. So it's just stuff like that that I like to kind of keep as memoirs, but that thing's getting pretty full, so once again, gonna need to go through that and just maybe take those things that are in there now and transfer them to a Rubbermaid box so they're protected, and transfer those down to the storage closet in the basement so that that will be empty, and can start all over again. All right, so basically we're going to do just a really good dusting of everything, and this is where I wash the walls. I already washed those curtains last week, and that's about it. And then we'll give a good vacuum. If there's any spots in the carpeting, sometimes once in a while I get a little bit of coffee drips, things like that. This is the time when I'll attack those as well. All right, here we go. So next on my desk, I've got a whole load of receipts there from about a month and a half to 2 months that I need to put in chronological order and enter them into the computer in my bookkeeping. And then we've got our black and white printer. I've got a color printer and fax machine and scanner. And, oh, there's my little holiday wreath. And our answering machine. I got my coffee warmer, which reminds me I need to go find my cup of coffee. So I bought some file organizers here to, put my things that I have to refer to the most. My computer. I'm going to try to neaten this up a little bit. Keep my bills, sticky notes, things like that. That doesn't really belong there. Here's my pile of things that I need to go through. These are things that I have worked on and I'm waiting for, either things that I've ordered. I keep track of what's expected in the mail, any rebates, things like that. I want to make sure that those come in. And then my handy dandy trash. I got a little heater in here. Some mornings when I'm working in here, it is just freezing. I don't know why, but... And then I've got a another credenza that I keep a lot of files in, things to do with, when we built the house, when we remodeled the kitchen, important papers that you want to keep that you can refer back to as far as warranties, anything like that. Good to have in there. And then the stuff that's on top of the desk in piles is stuff that needs to be done, and just try to keep things sort of organized there, that phone calls that need to be made, and things that need to be ordered, and just stuff to attend to. And then we have this desk, which I have my ladder here for when I wash the walls. But this desk has all of our warranty stuff, and just try to keep the paperwork and banking, deposit slips, things like that that you want to have organized. Ugh, that drives me crazy. It's just a crazy mess of cords. We had them all nice and neat, but then we were having some internet problems, and so the cable guy came out and kind of undid whatever John had nicely organized for me. So hopefully my hubby will come back up and reorganize that today. But meanwhile, I'm going to dust down here. One thing you want to do is about every, I'd say 2 months, you want to vacuum the back of your hard drive where the fan is. It gets a lot of dust in there, and sometimes I forget to do that when I go to get my computer backed up by my computer expert. He's like, what is going on with this fan? So make sure you do that. We just did that so I don't have to do it today. So now, if you think that your office or some of your rooms aren't dirty because you dust them every week, this is what happens when you do this in the spring and in the fall. I'm sorry, that's disgusting. That's what's on your walls, your computer, your chairs, and everything you touch in your office. So, got to do a deep clean, spring and fall. This is when I give my pictures a little Windexing.